But basically, we landed in Lukla, opened the door, and I don't think I saw Aaro for the next 4 days.
Yeah, Dorje and Phortse just sort of grabbed him and kind of like enveloped him into their world.
And of course, I've seen Dorje raising his family, but suddenly being a part of it with our own child, like, it was wild to experience. Like, my sense immediately was this such a communal way of raising children here in the Khumbu Valley. And I didn't know that they would extend that to Aaro.
A cool, refreshing experience in parenthood.
Yeah. We did that, we had some tea, and all of a sudden Aaro was like packed up in his backpack. We were on the trail and walking out of town, and I can honestly say I never carried Aaro for a single mile.
I carried him, but I had to fight for it. I got to carry him once, but I did really fight for it.
So after 2 nights in Namche, Aaro was feeling good. So we decided to move higher and try to get to the town of Phortse, where our Sherpa family, our closest Sherpa friends, are from. Kind of as good as you get as you get closer.
That's the climbing.
That's the climbing.
Wow,
we had heard about these routes that had been bolted a few years ago, and we were just like so driven. We got to go rock climbing in the Khumbu.
We're just doing a little morning pitch before lunch.
So we stopped, and we did.
Oh,
okay.
I am locked and good to go.
He has prayer beads with him, so very safe.
Yeah.
Amazing and so much fun, and everyone got to climb.
Finish.
Loading.
Lowering.
Good job, Baldi.
Aaro got to swing, which is his favorite thing.
All right, you ready? Here we go. You want one more time?
One more time.
Okay, here we go. 1, 2, 3. So since 2007, all of my and Alpenglow Expeditions Sherpa teammates are from this one town. I think that about 400 people live here. 80 of them, I think he said, so 20% of them have summited Everest at least once, but many of them have summited it 10 times, 20 times. It's also a town that's off the traditional sort of tourist track, the main trekking route. It's a very traditional village. It's all agricultural, growing potatoes and raising yaks, except for the fact that 3 months a year, most of the men in the village leave and go and climb the tallest mountains on the planet and are really some of the strongest athletes, mountain athletes on the planet.
Dude, is it Puja at the volleyball court?
Yeah.
And our friends Amy and Colette.
Yeah, bro.
The puja is like a traditional blessing ceremony for the Sherpa and for Tibetan Buddhism. Mostly in our experience, it's done before climbing a big mountain to have blessings and ask for safe passage on the mountain. But this time we had a puja kind of for Aaro and kind of for us, like to welcome us is kind of how I saw it. It was sort of a welcoming ceremony.
Town decided to also use it for kind of like re-blessing the volleyball field, which is very important to them, and hanging new flags that had kind of been worn out in town. So it's cool because it actually had this like important local feel while also blessing Aaro.
It's just a fun cultural experience and a nice glimpse into, you know, their perspective on the world. I think that but for both of us, the trip wouldn't have been totally complete if we didn't have some sort of suffery activity or suffery experience.
How many times have you done it?
Never.
Oh,
I've done
you saw it!
Ever since Aaro was born, it's been important to both of us to have adventures together. And I feel like when we do them, we kind of go for it and try to like have a really big, exhausting day because we don't get to do it that often anymore.
Yes, we always go up there, spent 2 nights,
And then you
climbed
climb-
Chikungri,
I didn't do that.
and then we came back a high trail.
Yeah.
We made this plan, if everything was going well, leave Aaro in Phortse and go up valley and try to summit a peak with Dorje and Paulden.
We made it to 4,000 meters.
Good, okay?
New
Bye-bye.
Have a good night's sleep.
Thanks.
Eat lots.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Pick this mountain Pacalde. It's the last of what we call the trekking peaks that I haven't done in this region. So trekking peaks, they're permanent peaks, they're high, they're technical sometimes. They're not like huge expedition peaks that take weeks or months.
Yeah, you can do it in a day. Like you can wake
Yeah.
up at a tea house, go climb it, and come back.
No one does that. Everyone puts in a base camp, climbs the peak from the camp. So you
I
have
didn't
like a
know that, though.
3,000 foot summit day.
But
would
I
be the
didn't know
norm.
that was.
Are you worried or just?
No, I'm not worried. Not at all.
Just getting our first view of Pacalde, the peak we want to summit tomorrow. No snow on this. Like originally we were like, we can leave Aaro for 2 nights. That was the plan. As the trip progressed, makes total sense, was like, how about only 1 night? It was like, well, which turned out to be exactly the suffery, kind of slightly unknown if we'd pull it off, day that I think we wanted.
It's too early for that.
Meal of 14,500 people. Emily's not
Protein.
Morning.
How are you?
I'm alright. I didn't sleep much. It's high. But it's good. It's good to suffer. It's gonna be a suffery day.
I think our risk tolerance has changed dramatically since having Aaro, but I'm definitely far more risk averse than I was before, and it's taken a lot of, I don't know, it's been really hard actually.
My temperature's good now.
Mine's good too.
Cold toes. I think we're doing the same thing we always have, which is like challenging each other's perceptions of risk, trying to be very honest about what we're doing, if it's worth it, and what the potential consequences are. 15,300 feet!
Probably got a ways to go.
For me, like the line is not so stark. I've been on a spectrum moving as I lose friends, see the randomness of the accidents that happen in these high mountains, and also have had so many close calls along my journey.
Epic.
Not so much. Just have to be careful of ice.
All right. If anyone ever feels uncomfortable, let's talk about it.
You know, but my whole focus in life has been managing and mitigating risk in the mountains, and I still love that process.
Good? I often think that, but then when I'm running and I hit slabs.
We got to do like, what it was, 19 miles, 6,500 feet of vertical, some cool fourth class scrambling.
Take care on the slabs, yeah?
It was like classic Sierra climbing, but at 19,000 feet.
Pumori right there. Makalu, Amida Blam, Kentega, Temseriku, Chopalu, Tabashe, Cholatse.
I feel actually better now, but I felt pretty shitty for the last like hour.
Yeah. I feel great, but I can definitely feel the altitude. But it's so rad to be high in the Himalaya again.
Yeah, it was very much like the perfect challenge because there was this level of uncertainty. I was a little bit afraid at the top because of the exposure and the altitude. I haven't been to 19,000 feet in probably 2 years.
It's a little scary.
That's fine. Well, I'm glad you guys made it up stage.
It's perfect up here. Give us a quick 30-second, how's the crew and how's the baby?
It was the perfect day, like to cap off the trip, to feel that sense of adventure. I think we all like actually felt kind of accomplished.
This is so special to me because like, it's still really important that I have big adventures. Having to work hard, having to suffer, having to like take care of each other to make sure we feel safe. Dude,
Good, that's good.
partner in adventure, it's true.
I mean, yeah, what it meant for me is like, we can still have big adventures. We're not gonna stop coming to wild, hard places. We're not losing our community of like friends and adventure partners. It reaffirmed so many things for me that like, we're gonna keep getting to do the things I love to do, and maybe they're gonna be even better now.
Guess that's what I get for leaning into the best friend. Now I've got one more accent, 2 less hands here for holding. Ignored all of my reasons for running far from my feelings. Now I'm down on my knees and watching you as you're leaving.